Mic check. 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 What's good, man? Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, good evening to everybody who's tuning in. Whether you're tuning in to the live stream or whether you're watching the replay video on YouTube, I thank you for tuning in. This is the P-Ave Perspective. I'm your host, Mr. O'Neill. And again, if you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, I appreciate you tuning in tonight. But make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. Because tonight's conversation, like always, is one that we need to talk about desperately. And a lot of people need to hear this. So tap in with me and let me know you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. But today's topic is the devil is real. Now, before y'all start getting uncomfortable and start thinking the wrong way, I have to explain it to you. I have to explain as always. But this episode is not about fear. It's not about talking about anybody. It's not just about religion. This episode is about reality. It's time for a reality check. It's time for a reality check. And if anybody gonna give it to you, it's gonna be me. But whether people want to realize it or want to admit it or not, there are destructive forces, destructive mindsets, destructive temptations, and destructive behaviors ruining our lives every single day. And we really got to the point where it's become normal, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all. But the devil doesn't always show up with horns. You know what I'm saying? They show up with a pretty face. They show up with a fat butt. They show up with dreadlocks. You know, they show up as people we trust. And, you know, people really that look normal and look like functioning adults or functioning people. But a lot of times the devil shows up as addiction, jealousy, pride, hatred, laziness, selfishness, violence, greed, trauma, broken thinking, destructive music, toxic relationships, negative environments, and bad decisions. Legitimately, the devil show up in so many ways that we don't acknowledge, because nowadays we really don't take it seriously. We really don't think that far. But if we just gonna be honest, many of us have opened the door to these things, and at some point in our lives, if we don't have the door open wide, we don't have the door wide open right now. So we're gonna chop it up. But as usual, I don't just, talk about it, but tonight we're gonna talk about what the devil really represents, the top ways our people give in to destructive behavior, how it damages our lives and communities, and most importantly, how we can take our power back. Because we don't talk about the problems on the P-Ave Perspective without talking about the solutions. So share this live stream right now, because somebody needs to have this conversation. Somebody needs to have this conversation. But what does the devil really mean? Because people think it's some, fictional character with horns. But like the title says, the devil is real, man. But the devil is not just a religious symbol. The devil represents anything that pulls you away from what's real. If it pulls you away from the truth, if it pulls you away from purpose, if it causes you to be undisciplined, if it disturbs your peace, if it, destroys or prevents you from loving, if it's negative toward your family, growth, wisdom, self-control, and God. If it pulls you away from any of that, or it messes with any of that, it's the devil. Simple as that. And whether we want to admit it or not, this world wasn't designed, to be like this. And we weren't designed to be like this as people. So we really just have to, face the facts that we've opened that door for the devil. We've opened that door for the devil. And like I said, we're going to talk about it tonight, but we're going to also talk about how we can close that door and get our lives back under control. Man. But the devil represents destruction, confusion, division, temptation, chaos, and death. And we're seeing it all around us today. If we don't, we blind. We blind. And one of the biggest problems in our communities is many people normalize destructive behavior now. We see it on social media. We see it in real life. We laugh at dysfunction. We laugh at all the negativity going on. We pull our phones out and record it. And then we indulge in it ourselves. And we glorify toxic behavior. We glorify toxic people. Because it get us views on social media, or we find it funny, or it's entertaining. but it's all destructive, man. It's all destructive. But we celebrate chaos these days. We reward ignorance. I see the post all day, every day. We've made ignorant people, destructive people famous by sharing them on social media, by, promoting the negativity and the bull that they stand for. And it's just out of control, man. But that's how we do it. And then we wonder why our families are broken, our children are struggling, and our communities continue to suffer. We wonder why. We wonder why. But the devil works best when people stop recognizing evil for what it is, man. And so many of us have stopped recognizing true evil for what it is, because we feel like it's normal. We feel like evil behavior is normal, and it's just not. Man. It's not. And that really just shows how messed up we are, man, as individuals and as people. But when wrong starts looking normal, destruction becomes generational. And look at it now. We act like we don't understand why these youngsters out here wilding and doing what they do. But we've normalized evil, man, in so many different ways. And we're going to talk about it tonight. We going to talk about it tonight. And as always, I'm going to speak honestly about the ways many people give in to destructive behavior and negative influences. I got to talk about it, because if I don't talk about it, it might not get talked about. Like I said, everybody want to talk about the headlines. Everybody want to talk about, what's up with it, man? Shout out to my uncle, Alfonso Scott. I didn't mean to cut you out, but if y'all haven't already, y'all need to tune into Injustice Investigation News, man, on Facebook and YouTube, man. Great show, man. But we're going to get into it, man. And right now, like I said, I don't just discuss the problem. Y'all know that. I have to discuss the solution too. So tonight, I'm going to discuss what I feel like are the top 10 ways that we give in to the devil. And just so we'll get a clear understanding, I want to give examples of each one. I want to give the impact that it has on our lives and our communities. And I want to provide some solutions, man, because we got to get right. We got to get right. It don't work if we don't get right. So, like I said, we're going to jump in. Y'all bear with me. But number one, off the top, one of the destructive behaviors and one of the ways we let the devil in our lives, we open the door for the devil, is through pride and ego. Let's keep it a buck. And we all know pride and ego in the hood is one of, like, we all deal with that. And just like I said, a lot of us see it as a good thing, and it can be, pride can be a good thing. But if we let it go too far, if we let our ego get the best of us, it can be destructive. But one of the biggest ways people destroy their own lives is through pride. Too proud to apologize, too proud to listen, too proud to learn, too proud to change, too proud to admit that, hey, man, I made a mistake. It is what it is. Pride keeps people broke. Pride keeps relationships broken. Pride keeps families divided. And I know y'all know, really think about it. Pride keeps people stuck. It is what it is. But an example of that is nowadays, us men knowing we damaged and refusing counseling because, we think it's weak. We think it makes us weak, or think it diminishes us as men. But women refusing accountability in relationships, people choosing image over growth, People fronting, you know what I'm saying, like they living their best life instead of truly doing the work necessary to grow and develop and overcome a lot of the issues that we deal with. All of it count. But young men crashing out over disrespect, we see it every day. People fighting, over perceived disrespect, getting out there acting ignorant, but friends falling out over ego, battling over ego, like all of that count. All of that count. And the impact is pride destroys opportunities, relationships, peace, and wisdom. It destroys. It destroys all hope. But, like I say, I have to give you the solution. And humility is strength, man. Humility is strength. Being able to humble yourself and really look at yourself for who you are, good and bad, is strength. And growth begins when accountability begins. We can never grow until we really are willing to step outside of our ego and really look at ourselves for who we are and call it what it is. Like I've had to do it numerous times and admit, hey, I'm wrong. Hey, that's not, I don't like that about me. I don't like that quality about me. You know what I'm saying? I've been lazy. I've had to check myself for being lazy and getting comfortable. I've had to check my ego. So, but again, humility is strength, man. Growth begins when accountability happens. And if we're not going to take accountability, it's not going to work. We're going to keep letting that devil through the door. We're going to keep letting that devil through the door. But number two, and I know y'all feel me on this, hatred, envy, and jealousy. I see it every day, man. I see it every day. Like, and like I said, I've always tried to stay away from that. I've always tried to stay away from, like I said, hatred, envy, and jealousy. But I see it every day. I've endured it with people. I've endured it with people. I've seen people allow it to build up and cause them to hate people, to envy other people for what they got and what they're doing, and to be jealous of people. But like I say, another major destructive force is jealousy. Instead of supporting each other, too many people secretly hate seeing others succeed. I don't know why. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And to keep it $1.50, because like I've never understood that. I've never been in a situation where I couldn't salute the next person, for the goal they accomplished, the move they would make. But it is what it is. We deal with the jealousy. We deal with the hatred. We deal with the envy. And I don't know why, but people envy success. People will envy other people's relationships instead of working on their own. People will hate people for having peace. Hate people because they don't have the drama and negativity in their lives. People will hate people, because of what they have, because they got money, the attention they get from other people, the success. Like I said, I see people sit back and hate because a person posts a certain picture and get a certain number of likes, and they don't. It's crazy. People hate to see other people grow and develop and grow out of who they used to be and become better people, develop, properly. People hate to see people happy. It's crazy. And jealousy turns into sabotage, gossip, division, violence. It's crazy. And y'all know I'm not playing. Y'all see it every day. If you're being honest, you done went through it in at one point in time. If not, you're going through it now. And like I always say, it ain't about telling the world. It's not about admitting it to me. It's about being able to look within yourself and be real with yourself. And examples of that would be friends secretly competing with each other. We see it every day. We see it every day. And if you ain't one of those people, it's probably happened to you. You know, we see family members resenting successful relatives. We see it. Come on, we see it. We see women turn down other women. We see that so much. I see sisters do it. I see people, women who claim every day claim they best friends. I see them tear each other down and make little slick comments about she thinks she all that, or she think this, or she, you know what I see it all the time. I see them, you know, slick talk down on each other's children, sisters, and all of them kin to each other. Slick talk down on their nieces and nephews. I don't understand it, but it's the devil. It is what it is. But men hating on another man's progress. Man, I see men hating on a man's life, and not knowing how hard that man had to strive and struggle, and still pushing, you know what I'm saying, to maintain his life. Instead of you taking what you can get from him, I see him sitting back hating, wishing for his downfall. But social media envy. Social media envy. Like I said, people hating because when you post a picture, you get a certain number of likes, you get a certain number of comments. I see people hate because you thumb the picture and not heart the picture. Like, come on. And we don't understand, man. We don't understand that. That's the devil. That's the devil. That is the devil. Let me go to the comments. Habiba, hey King, yes sir. That's because they think the next person is going to get more or whatever. Yes. I want to see my people win. I congratulate you even when I'm hurting. Yep, females had work. Hey, check this out. My boy Mike Jackson. Shout out Mike, man. Shout out Mike, man. Original P-Ave dude, man. I'm coming that way tomorrow, Mike. I didn't mean to cut y'all out, but I'm coming that way tomorrow, man. I hate to say it, but I have to attend the funeral. Like I mentioned last week, grandma passed away, so I'm gonna have to go out there, man, to show my respect. But back to it, man. The impact, jealousy destroys unity, man. We can't unify. We can't come together, man. We can't work together with jealousy, man. And like I said, I see it all the time. That's what's really preventing us from, you know, coming together and powering up, man. We've let the devil enter. We've let jealousy take control of our personal lives, and it's destroying us. It's destroying us. Divided communities cannot grow, man. I don't care what we do. If we divide it and we jealous each other, we can't grow. We can't accomplish anything. But the solution, we have to learn to celebrate people, man. I'm talking about genuinely. Genuinely, man. I ain't gonna lie. I remember, I've talked about this to a few people, but I remember when the first time a person ever told me, you know, get off his jock or quit riding his strap, you know what I'm saying? And that little phrase. And it's like, that was, to me, the start of hating and jealousy, because it's always been cool to celebrate our friends, celebrate other people's accomplishments. You know, even like I'll meet a type back in the days when we used to get clean, and like I had no problem letting the man know, hey bro, you clean. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you looking good. Hey man, I see you getting it. You know, that motivated me. That still do. To see other people win, to see my people win, to see my people progress, especially people close to me. But it anybody, especially if they look like me. Especially when they come from my background, I want to see everybody win naturally. And it, just like I said, it motivates me. Always have, and I hope it never stop motivating me. But another person's success is not your failure. Really, I look at it as, if you can do it, I can do it. That, like I said, that's the ultimate motivation. But hey, we have to get right. We have to get right. But number 3, and this, I swear, like I used to think number 3 was just the men, but now I see it in our women. But lust and sexual temptation, lust and sexual temptation is the devil. It's the devil, man. It is the devil, and we have let it in. But many lives get destroyed because people cannot control sexual urges. And like I said, I remember when our women had this under control and our men dealt with it. But now it's so many women and so many young women. And it's crazy. But temporary pleasure creates permanent consequences. It is what it is. Again, temporary pleasure creates permanent consequences. Examples would be cheating, destroying marriages, men abandoning children. Come on. Come on, man. Toxic relationships built only on sex. And I'm going to say this. Y'all young women, it's crazy to see y'all getting in relationships and giving these men y'all body. And these men, y'all getting pregnant, and these men not even sticking around to the gender reveal. Y'all single mothers before the gender reveal even pop out. That's crazy. And then on top of that, what are we celebrating? When did it get cool? When did it become cool to start celebrating single motherhood? When did that become cool? I know I'm kind of off topic with that question, but y'all let me know. Because I still remember a time where when women ended up pregnant and they weren't married, that was frowned upon. So ladies, tell me, when did it become cool to start celebrating single parenthood? Y'all doing gender reveals, y'all doing all this. Like, when did that become cool to be pregnant and be a single parent? We celebrating baby mamahood? It made no sense. Let me get back on topic. But STDs and emotional trauma, like, let's look at it. Let's be real. STDs and emotional trauma. Social media is over sexualized. That's all they do. Everybody know what I'm saying, posting pictures, you know what I'm saying, even showing a breast and a cleavage or turning their butt to the cameras. Like, women can't take pictures no more, you know what I'm saying, without revealing their print or trying to show their butt. You know, like, come on. That's the devil. People sacrificing morals for attention, like I'm saying, or validation on social media. Like, come on. Let's be real. Everybody half naked. You can't go out in public without everybody, you know what I'm saying, all their little assets out. They don't leave nothing for the imagination no more. And then it's not justifying why men treat you a certain way, but it don't help. Let's be real. It don't help. If you out here half naked, you know, in public, or you putting up these thirst trap pictures showing your cleavage or turning your butt up to the camera, it don't give a man, you know what I'm saying, reason to disrespect you, but it don't help. It don't help because it looks real disrespectful. It look real trashy. And that's the devil. And it is what it is. It's the devil. But the impact that it has is lust clouds judgment. It destroys trust. It destroys family. It destroys your focus. And it takes you away from your purpose. It's the devil. Simple and plain. It is the devil. But like I said, there are solutions to every problem. And the solution is self-control matters. Self-control matters. Discipline matters. We have to get more self-control. We have to develop more self-discipline. Respecting yourself and others matters. Start carrying yourself with respect. That's the only way you can demand respect from others. If you walk around half naked, or if every picture you turning your butt up to the camera, you disrespecting yourself. So the disrespect will come. It will continue. Man, look. Woo, y'all. Carry yourself like a slut, get treated like a slut. Hey, man. In real life. But addiction and escapism. Man. We can't escape reality. But many people use drugs, alcohol, gambling, social media, toxic entertainment to escape pain instead of healing from it. It's too easy to try to escape. It's easier to try to escape than it is to deal with. But pain that is not healed often turns into destruction. And just like I said, unhealed trauma, unhealed pain, you carry that into the next relationship. You destroy your relationship before it even started. You destroy every area of your life by taking that pain and trauma in the different stages of your life. It is what it is. But examples of substance abuse, like I swear, like we used to call people dope fiends back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and think about it. The dope fiends were people who did crack, people who snorted powder, you know, people who pop pills. Like nowadays, our youngsters do all that. These youngsters nowadays doing 2 or 3 different drugs. They popping prescription pills, they popping, you know, pills, they drinking, they smoking weed, they snorting powder. Like they doing some everything, doing heroin. Like y'all the real dope fiends. Y'all realize dope fiends and don't even know it. And that shit is not cool. That shit is not cute. That's destructive. But gambling away money, living intoxicated daily. I see people can't function unless they got drugs and alcohol in their system. That's not, you know, that's not healthy. That's the devil. That is the devil. But escaping responsibility through partying, you know, everybody want to party. Living their best life. Destructive behavior. And no accountability. Using social media for validation instead of purpose. Like, and the impact of that is addiction destroys families. We're not able to be mothers and fathers. It's destroying our family. All of this behavior destroys the family because we're not able to be, you know, real parents. Real parents. It destroys finances. It destroys your health. It destroys discipline. And it destroys future generations. It is what it is, man. It's the devil. But again, the solution is people need healing. We need counseling. We need mentorship. We need to hold ourselves accountable, or we need somebody who is going to hold us accountable, because your friends ain't. Your friends is the devil too. They upholding you in the bull. They upholding you in the negative stuff that you do. And they do a lot of them doing it with you. That's not your friend. That's the devil too. But it destroys your purpose. It takes you away from your purpose. And like we said, man, like it's the devil. It's the devil. It is what it is. But we got to get right. We got to get right. And we just halfway through. Y'all bear with me because I'm getting to it. Yep. Exactly. But too many people are controlled by violence and anger. That's number 5. Violence and anger. And like I said, I understand that stuff has happened to you in the past. I understand that people have wronged you. I understand that a lot of us were taught to be violent. We had to be violent growing up in our communities, but we're not in the same environment no more. We shouldn't even be the same people that we were back then. Like I said, a lot of us had to be who we had to be to survive. By now, we shouldn't be in survival mode. As adults, if you're still in survival mode, that's evil. Something is wrong with that. Something is seriously wrong with it. For real. But too many people are controlled by anger. One emotional moment can destroy an entire life. Look at our youngsters out here. One moment of anger, you pull a trigger and you can't take that bullet back. They destroying their lives. They destroying their lives. They destroying the lives of others. They killing each other and going to prison. It's destructive. It's destructive. But examples are shootings over arguments. I was just telling my son the other day. That's why I taught white. We were taught to defend yourself and stand up for yourself and be a man and be willing, you know what I'm saying, to protect yourself. Like, I had to keep him away from that because, like I told him, back in the days, if we had a disagreement, we could scrap. We could get him up with the hands. Afterward, we could shake hands. You know what I'm saying? We could go on with our lives with respect for each other. Yeah, I respect he got down. I respect he was willing, you know what I'm saying, to get in the paint. Nowadays, these youngsters get in a fight, they can't deal with it. They'll come back and shoot up the whole block. Come on, it's way different now. And I don't understand how it got that bad. But it's the devil. But shootings over arguments, domestic violence, both men and women. These men out here killing, you know what I'm saying, women that they claim they love. Women out here killing men that they claim they love. That's the devil. That's the devil, man. So social media beefs, they taking social media beefs to fight, to people becoming like it's getting deadly. Because you don't like what somebody posted about you on social media. I remember back in the day, they used to say, sticks and stone may break my bone, but word would never hurt me. Now words are getting people's lives took. Imagine that. Imagine that, man, for real. And tell me that's not evil. Tell me that's not the devil. Words. Something you said about somebody because they couldn't take what you said can cause you to lose your life. Can cause families to lose their lives, man. And we feel like that's cool. We want to post the fights. We want to post the drama because we trying to get likes and clicks. We evil too for doing that. It's crazy. But road rage. Parents verbally abusing their children. Parents don't even know how to talk to their kids no more. And you think that's cool? You don't think that's evil? With these mothers, the way these mothers treating their daughters because they jealous of their daughters, or treating their sons because they haven't dealt with how the son daddy, you know, dealt with them, or how they hurt them, you taking it out on your kids. Trying to be, you know, you beefing with your daughter like y'all sisters instead of you being a mother. This shit is crazy out here, y'all. And I know y'all see it. We can't help but see it. I see it every day in real life, and I see it on social media. Because again, we like sharing that kind of shit. And that just show you how evil we are for sharing it. Man, we not supposed to be indulging in that. But young men taught aggression instead of emotional control. For real. That's one thing I can say, man. We had it in like we had people that was messed up in the hood, man. But at the same time, emotional control, man, it's cool. It's cool because you don't like what I like. It's cool because you see things different. But it ain't never, know what I'm saying, supposed to lead to us killing each other, nobody dying, or nobody going to prison. That shit is crazy. And the impact is uncontrolled anger destroys families, freedom, safety, and communities. And if it's destroying all that, man, it can't be no good. It can't be nothing good about it. It's got to be evil. It's got to be the devil. It's got to be the devil. And again, the solution is we must teach and learn emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, and healing, man. It's not going to work without that. We're going to keep destroying each other. We're going to keep destroying our communities. We're going to keep it up. Again, like I said, the devil is real, man. The devil is real. And I get emotional even talking about this stuff because it's become so commonplace. It's become so normal, man. And that's the crazy part. That is the crazy part. But number 6, greed and materialism. Too many people worship money, status, image, and material shit. It is what it is. People sacrifice integrity trying to look successful. Our women, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our women have basically made intimacy a transaction. Y'all became prostitutes. I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all are running around saying a man needs to give y'all money for y'all time, for y'all bodies. That's prostitution. It is what it is. Call it what it is. It's tricking and prostitution where I come from. But that's what we've gotten to. That's what we got to. We've sacrificed integrity trying to look for successful. Back in the days, like I said, we used to say, have a phrase, fake it till we make it. Now we ain't even trying to make it. We just so comfortable faking. You got catfishing, you got fat fishing, you got all of this going on in social media because you damaged and you not happy with who you are. It's crazy. It's crazy. Examples of that would be scamming. That's the new thing now. Scamming, fraud, selling drugs. People, I don't know why people still trying to sell drugs. That shit's so outdated. But fake lifestyles. You see people online, know what I'm saying, with the fake ass lifestyle. We see people, know what I'm saying, go so far as to try to, take pictures where they hiding their gut and poking out their butt, and using filters, ugly people trying to use filters. Like, it is what it is. And I'm not trying to be, nasty, but we are who we are, good and bad. But faking it, that's the devil. That's the devil. But choosing money over family, chasing clout over real character, and standing for something, like they said, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. We falling for anything. We falling for any fucking thing. And that shit is the devil. That shit is the devil, man. That shit is the devil. And the impact is greed creates corruption. It creates dishonesty. And it decays your morals, man. We don't have no morals no more. Everybody these days got a price. Everybody, you got these young ladies, they would sell themselves out for a price. They would sell their soul for a few likes. They would sell their soul to go viral and get a Facebook check. What is that? And nobody thinking about, even concerned about how it looks, how it gonna look to your kids when they, know what I'm saying, get up grown one day and see y'all ass all over the internet. Y'all be even pimping out your kids. Y'all, know what I'm saying, them created whole pages for your kid. The kids ain't even old enough to decide if they want to be in the public like that. Y'all, know what I'm saying, pimping your kids out to the internet. And y'all know it's all these pervs and predators out here on this internet. Y'all don't care. Y'all will pimp your kids for $1, and that's sad. That is evil. That is the devil, man. It's the devil. And you can be mad at me all you want to. I'm cool with that. But it is what it is. It don't change the fact that it's the truth. I'm going to call it how I see it. I don't care how you feel about it. But the solution is, man, we have to start building integrity. Real wealth includes peace, family, health, wisdom, and purpose. And if it's not that, especially if it's going against that or it's pushing against that, it's the devil. It is what it is. And like I said from the beginning, we opening the door to the devil. We opening the door to the devil. But keep moving on. Number 7, laziness and lack of discipline. Another way people lose control is through laziness and a lack of discipline. Everybody wants success, but not everybody wants the consistency that it takes to build success. You want success overnight. You want success without putting in the work. Like refusing to work hard, quitting easy, not parenting children properly. Lord, these kids, like, that's why, and y'all wonder why these kids out here like that. Because y'all say, as long as I keep a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food on your table, then that's not parenting. Like women like saying nowadays, that shit is the bare minimum. That shit is not parenting. And look how it's turning out. Look how your kids turning out. And you tell me if it's working. But spending more time scrolling than building, making excuses instead of improving. Oh, well, if they can't deal with me, if you can't deal with me how I am, then just don't, come. No. I need a man who can control. No, you need to control yourself. You need to control yourself. You need to do the work. Making excuses is not the answer. Improving is. And if you stuck in your ways and you feel content stuck in your way, then that's everything. Even these overweight, like, hey, I'm gonna say this: fat is fat. Thick, you know what I'm saying? Thick is not fat. And I don't harp on people because I know everybody wasn't meant to be the same size. But if you happy overweight, knowing you have health problems, and you say you happy with yourself, that shit is evil. You don't care about yourself. So nobody is obligated to care for you. Nobody is obligated, to look past the fact that you are unhealthy, and even though you love your big, beautiful BBW, like that is cool. But if you have health problems and that shit is causing you health problems and you okay with it, that shit is evil. And that's anybody. Woman, man, anybody. That shit is evil. Quit making excuses and start improving. For real, for your own sake. But a lack of discipline creates cycles of poverty, dependency, and failure. It's all it is. And just like I said, being happy, being overweight, look at your life expectancy. Look at life expectancy for people who are overweight. They dying younger. That shit is not cool. It's not, right. It's not. And somebody have to say it. Love yourself enough to get your health in order so you can live longer, so you can, enjoy life longer. Quit fronting because you don't want to do the work. And like, I understand the health issues. I know it's just not always overeating or whatever it is, but there is a solution. Quit making excuses. Do your research. Get with your doctor. Find a solution. Start taking better care of yourself. Love yourself. Fuck what people going through. Fuck this BBW shit and this thick. No. Let's be real. But the solution, discipline changes lives. Consistency changes generations, man. If we not doing it right, how can we show our kids how to do it right? How can we change it? If we gonna keep doing wrong or we gonna keep allowing wrong and acting like it's cool, it's gonna keep getting worse. It's gonna keep getting worse. And like I said, man, it is what it is. Number 8, negative influences and toxic environments. We know what it is. Who you surround yourself with matters. It matters. A toxic environment can normalize destruction. We see it every day. Just like I said, we got to the point where we think it's normal. And it's not. That shit is evil and that shit is destructive. But examples are peer pressure, gang influence, friends encouraging bad choices and decisions, music glorifying violence and self-destruction, household full of chaos and dysfunction. You know it. You know you living in it. You know you indulging. You know you taking part. The impact is bad environments shape broken mindsets. It is what it is. Look around. That's why a lot of us dealt with the issues that we deal with today because we came up in bad environments. And the crazy part is we got comfortable being in bad environments. I know people that they not arguing or having dysfunction, they don't even feel right because it don't feel normal. Being focused, being balanced, being truly happy, it don't feel right. It got to be some conflict. It got to be some dysfunction. And y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all seek and find negativity. Seek and find dysfunction. Love, know what I'm saying, when people call y'all with the negativity. Love when people, know what I'm saying, got a dysfunctional ass story to tell y'all about their life or their relationship or gossiping about somebody else. Y'all live for that shit. It gets your motor running. It gets you up. Gets you crunk. Like, that shit is evil. It's evil. But the solution is we need to protect our peace, man, for real. We need to really put, people talk about it. People talk about it and immediately go feed into the negativity. But you really need to get to the point where you protect your peace. And that starts with choosing your circle carefully. Expose yourself to healthier influences. A lot of y'all know y'all should have been cut, motherfuckers, y'all. But y'all still got to answer that phone because y'all still feed into that negativity. Still feed into the drama. And that shit is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. It's not healthy at all. But number 9, division within the community. And this is heavy. But one of the biggest problems we face is division. We cannot build strong communities while constantly tearing each other down. We cannot build strong communities while tearing each other apart. We can't do it. It's not gonna work. It's evil. It's the devil. Whether it's gender wars, men not this and men ain't that, there are no real men, or there are no real women, or all these women, or a lot of these women. No, you are choosing bullshit. Unless you've been with 100 or more men, you can't even begin to talk about what men are all about. Unless you've been with hundreds of women, you can't even begin to talk about what most or all, those are percentages. Those are done by surveys. If you haven't surveyed 100 men or more, or 100 women or more, don't be on here talking about what most women and all men or most men. Don't even get on here with that shit. That shit is negative. That shit is destructive. And really, if you have, it just tells you've been around the block too many motherfucking times. That's what it tells. So keep that shit to yourself. You choose wrong. If all the men you know are like that, you need to choose better. If all the women you know are like that, you need to start choosing better. Usually when they say when you choose that many wrong, it's not everybody else. It's usually you. You need to start looking in the mirror. Get off this gender war shit. Men need women and women need men. That's the way this shit balance out. You can't make it without the other. It is what it is. If you feel like that, go on over there on the LGBTQ side. Hang out over there. But real men know real men need women, and real women know real women need men. Simple as that. But family feuds, get over that shit. I know people been feuding forever. Me, I'm feud, you know what I'm saying, with a family member. It ain't no feud on his side, but it's a feud on my side. And I know I need to get over it. That shit is hard, but like I say, I stay away from people. Because, like I still say, I respect everybody, but you don't do wrong. I have to stay away from you for that. I'm not going to let that destroy me. I'll stay away from you. I'll stay out of your mix. Because I know if I let you in my environment, you will do it again. So I have to keep you out of my mix. But community gossip, that crab in the barrel mentality, that shit is evil. That shit is destructive. Refusing to support black businesses just because you feel like you competing. People find reasons to see, look what they did and look what they, come on, man. Come on, we evil. That shit is evil. It just shows how evil we are. It shows how evil we are. Tribal thinking and division, man. Like, we weren't built for that. We didn't build, like our ancestors didn't build nations being divided, hating on each other. But the impact of division weakens our communities economically, spiritually, and socially, man. For real. It's power in numbers. It's power in unity. It's power in, one band, one sound. But if you the only motherfucker in the band, that's because you can't get along with the other band member, that's evil. You can't grow like that. You can't develop like that. You can't. And the solution is we need unity, cooperation, mentorship, and collective responsibility. That's the only way this shit works. We got to start casting the devil out. Man. We got to start recognizing it for what it is, and we got to start casting the devil out. If not, it's going to destroy us as individuals. It's going to destroy us as a community. It is what it is. But number 10, and the final thing, turning away from God, purpose, and moral values, man. Turning away from God, purpose, and moral values. What are your moral values? A lot of us don't even have it. A lot of us these days don't even have that. But the final and most important issue is spiritual emptiness. I talked to my little brother Ant the other day, and he said, we morally bankrupt. We are morally bankrupt. We have no values. And that is the easiest people for the devil to attack. The people who are morally bankrupt. A lot of our young people don't even know God. A lot of our older people don't know God. And that's crazy. But that has left us morally bankrupt. The final note, when people lose moral direction, they become easier to control by negativity, temptation, and destruction. Let me say that again. When people lose moral direction, when they lose their morals, when they lose moral direction, they become easier to control by negativity, temptation, and destruction. If you don't have the moral value, if you are spiritually empty, you are easier to control by the devil. Simple and plain. It makes it that much easier for the devil to control you. And so many of us nowadays have opened that door and allowed ourselves to be controlled by the devil. It's crazy. But many people today are spiritually disconnected, not grounded, not disciplined, not guided by principles. We just do what we want to do because we're grown. And we just do what we want to do because we can. Morally bankrupt, evil, sinners, evil as hell. Without moral structure, chaos grows. An example, no accountability, no sense of purpose, no respect for life. Sound familiar? No standards, normalizing evil behavior, raising children without guidance. I did the best I can. No, you didn't. You really didn't do shit. You just not taking accountability for the fact that you did. Let's be real. But the impact is when purpose disappears, destruction increases. Simple as that. Simple as that. If you don't have no purpose, that increases chances of destruction. The idle mind is the devil's workshop. Idle hearts, moralist hearts, spiritually bankrupt people are the devil's workshop. For real. But again, the solution is people need faith, structure, values, accountability, healing, and purpose. We got to get it back. We have to get it back. We have to get it back in order to try to stop this destructive ass cycle that we in as individuals and as people. It is what it is, man. But now the question becomes, man, how do we fight back against destructive behavior? That's the biggest question. And number one, self-awareness. We have to get back on our self-awareness thing. Recognize destructive patterns, honestly. Stop pretending harmful behavior is normal. Number 2, accountability. Take responsibility for your decisions. Healing starts with honesty, man. Get honest with yourself. You can lie to me. You can't, and a lot of us so good that we lie to ourselves. That's the shit that's when you know you evil. When you can lie to yourself, that's when you know you evil for real. But discipline, control your emotion, control your impulses, control your habits. Number 4, healing. Many destructive behaviors come from trauma. People need support. People need mentorship. People need to go to counseling. Talk to somebody. It's okay. It doesn't make you look weak. That shit can actually strengthen you. It can make you stronger. And you need your community. Number 5, positive environments. Get around people who challenge you to grow. Fuck them people who, you know what I'm saying, push you for the negativity and support you in the negativity. Girl, I feel you. Or yeah, my nigga, fuck that. Yeah. Get away from around them. Get away from around them. Build a spiritual foundation. Get connected with God, man. Some of y'all need to build your relationship with God. For real. Some of y'all need to get to know y'all don't know God. Y'all put the Christians on your profile and mention God, you know, when you think it's cool, when you think it fit. But y'all don't know God. Y'all don't know faith. Y'all don't have no principles. And y'all don't have purpose. You need to figure it out. Number 7, community responsibility. We have to stop waiting for outsiders to save our community, man. Nobody is going to do it. We have to save us. We must rebuild our own families. We must reestablish our values. We must reestablish and rebuild our neighborhood. Ain't nobody else going to do that. But I want everybody watching tonight to understand this. If you don't understand nothing else, the devil wins when people stay asleep. The devil wins when people normalize destruction and negativity. The devil wins when people refuse to take accountability. The devil wins when communities stay divided. But we can change, we can heal, we can rebuild, and we can grow. The first step is being honest about what's destroying us. If you know anger is controlling you, work on it. If you know addiction is destroying your life, get help. If you know pride is ruining relationships, humble your damn self. Humble yourself. If you know your environment is toxic, change it. If you know those people around you are toxic, stop hanging with those people. If you know your children need guidance, be present. Step up. Be present. Nobody becomes perfect overnight, but every day you fight against destructive behavior, you take your power back. Again, every day that you fight against destructive behavior is a step towards taking your power back. And if we truly want stronger families, safer neighborhoods, better futures, and healthier communities, it starts with us. It starts with us, man. Look, I appreciate everybody tuning in for tonight's episode. Again, this is the P-Ave Perspective with Mr. O'Neal. If this conversation touched you, I challenge you. If it challenged you or helped you in any way, make sure you share this live stream with somebody else. That's the only way we can spread the word. That's the beginning of building. But if you haven't already, man, follow me on Facebook at I am Toby O'Neal, YouTube at I am Toby O'Neal. Make sure you subscribe because every Thursday night at 8 p.m., hopefully, God willing, we having real conversations about real problems and real solutions affecting our people and our communities, man. Remember this, you cannot heal what you refuse to confront. It's not possible. Peace, love, and blessings to everybody. And hopefully, God willing, I will see y'all next Thursday. Peace.